What's up, guys? Just want to make a quick little video. Given all of this crazy shit going on politically, I just wanted to talk a little bit about politics, but not really be political. You'll see what I mean. So I follow current events very close, and I read different articles from different sides, and I watch a lot of long-form videos on YouTube breaking down the events from a lot of non-biased sources. And then I check out both sides of the aisle too. Now, obviously, I lean, one way. But two things that I notice with people when they talk about politics, if they don't agree with you, they get very, very upset. Now, it's okay if we disagree. And I'm happy to talk about politics with anybody. And I don't really get that upset, anymore when I talk about politics. Because what you got to understand is, so at the end of the day, both sides are going to be right 50% of the time. Both sides are going to fuck up. But at the end of the day, the country's still standing and we're doing okay. Everything's pretty much how it's always been. So people get way too upset talking about politics. You could just talk about politics and be like, wow, I think that's crazy. I don't agree with that at all. But you don't have to be like, losing it. So that was point number one. Point number two is that if you know anything about history, which most people think they might know history, but people don't know history fucking at all. Okay, they really don't. Not even close. And if you really understood history, then you would realize that every time something politically happens, say there's somebody gets shot of one race or another, in America, or there's a riot in America, or we're at war, or a mayor is crazy, or the president's crazy, or all these scenarios and how people are seeing them in real time, like how we see them today, they've already happened in history, the history of our country and the history of the world in many different other nations in all different time periods. The exact same scenario has already happened a million times. And then if you go back and you find those similarities between all those similar things that happened to a bunch of different nations at all different times throughout history, most of the time, like 90, percent of the time, a lot of things, they work out and they're okay. And the world is going to go on. It's not going to be the end of the world. Now, of course, there are the rare cases where horrific events happen, but there's bad things that happen in the world all the time. There definitely is, but there always has been. So to think that every last bad thing that's happening, or every last crazy person in charge, or every last, horrible thing that happened in the country, there's going to be a million more. And life is going to carry on. And when you study a little bit of history, you see, this thing has happened in this country a million times, and it's going to be okay. So just want to get my thoughts out there. If anybody wants to talk politics, just be respectful in the comments, and let's start a little discussion.